Hello everyone. Welcome to this webinar. So today's webinar will be about how to create and recreate this dynamic sheet focusing on variables, how to use the variables to create a dynamic dimension to be able to freely choose the dimension you want to work with, how to create a dynamic way of picking the KPI using the variables, to be able to focus on the needed KPI on the fly, and having dynamic coloring to focus on the max and the mean in our case, and have this ability to focus on the most important thing and to help the user pinpoint the valuable information on the fly using the color in a dynamic way. So let's jump into it. So we've created the application, and now I'll be just grabbing my sample data I'll be sharing with you, and let's start. We click on File and Other Sources and go and find our simple data and just drag and drop it. Yeah, replace, it already exists. We have it here, segment country. I don't wanna select the month name and the year. For everything else, yeah, let's just select everything by clicking on next. And that's it. How easy it is to create and add your data in Qlik Sense. So data was loaded successfully, close, and now what we can do is we go to the script to see if there is some changes we can make. So here we have the script section is auto-generated by Data Manager, which means that Qlik has recognized some map fields or fields that you could use in a map object, which is the country field, and then it recognized a date field it will be using to create an auto calendar. But I prefer to not work with the auto calendar of Qlik, but create with my own calendar. So that why I'm going to unlock this section. I'm going to command the auto calendar script and add my own calendar script I will be sharing with you, of course. So we create a new section, we call it calendar, and we go here and just copy this new calendar section, and I'll be sharing with you everything, of course. Calendar parameters, yeah, we just add it here. My date, I will call the table as sales and rename the date as my date. And that's it. So what we do, I'll be sharing everything with you, and this is a calendar you could always use and reuse instead of having the auto calendar, because we will be using it in the next webinars. Load the data, and boom, continue editing. It's a success, and we can preview what we have here. This is the calendar date, the calendar table, this is our sales table, etc. So now that this is done, let's just jump into the sheet and start building. So the first step is, you see, when you go to the sheet, you have many options. So you can just explore the data with the Insight Advisor to see what we have. You can have a question in a natural language, or just create new analytics using the edit sheet. And that's exactly what we want to do in this video. So we edit the sheet and try to replicate what we want to do. So first thing to do is try to reproduce this bar chart focusing on net sales and product So how to do it? Simple. We go to the chart, we search for our bar chart, we add the dimension, which is the country, and add the measure, which will be the net sales, sum of net sales. Okay, we have it, but it's not really what we looking for, see? So what we do is just, hey, this is not some sales, I'm going to change the label, it's net sales. I'm going to change the appearance, presentation. Yeah, I want it to be like this. I want to have the value labels, the sorting by net sales. I go to the measure and add, see here, add an average. Should I calculate it? Absolutely not. You go to the selected measure, add a trend line, and it's the average. And that's it. We'll be focusing on the coloring as a next part. So now what I want to do is, instead of having these net sales by country in a static way, I want to find a way to very quickly be able to change the dimension and the measure I want to focus on in a dynamic way. So how to do it? This would be our next step. Let's do it together. So to create this dynamic dimension, we have different ways. We could just add some alternative dimensions, or we could add a new cyclic dimension. But what I prefer is using variables, because variables are much easier to reuse, whether it is in other expression, in other set analysis, in coloring, or whatever. So the idea is really simple. Will be first step, we create our variable that will represent this dynamic dimension, create a new the dynamic dimension, and give it a definition. So the definition is basically the by default value of that variable if you don't select anything. So it would be the country. Insert, apply, and go. So the definition of my variable is country. We create it, we go here, and instead of having country defined as a dimension, as a field, we go to the function and we replace it by getting our new vDynamic dimension, which has the value country that is the same name of our field. Apply, and you see here, you go to the label, give it the same, and the label is country. Good. So now we have it. Now that we've been able to create this variable, how and what could we give it other values, segment and product in our case? So the second step is go and search for the input variable object. So variable input, we just add it, and let's do it. Appearance, what is the variable? I'll be selecting my new vDynamic dimension variable. How to show it, maybe as a drop down or buttons, however you want. I prefer drop down. And how would you like the variables to be? I like them to be dynamic. And you see, to separate values, you use this. To separate values and label, you use the tilde. And this is how you can create the values and assign values to our variable. So first value is country, insert it. Second value will be product. Third value would be segment. And apply. That's it. I can add a title, choose your dimension, go, edit, and let's try it. So if I want to focus on product, oh wow, I have it by product. If I want to focus on segment, I have it by segment. And with this, we are already able to have a dynamic switch between dimensions. And we could reuse this variable in so many different ways. So now that we created the dynamic dimension, let's do the same thing and create a dynamic way to switch between our measures, our KPIs. So let's go back and edit the sheet, go to our bar chart. And if you see in the measure, we have sum of net sales, but we could have sum of profit, see, or sum of units sold. So that's exactly what I want to focus on. So how in the hell I could create and recreate this? So it would be the same logic. It's sum of something, sum of something, sum of something. So if I have the possibility to catch that something into a variable, as we did in a dimension, we do it. And that's exactly what we're trying to do, and create a variable for our dynamic measure in the same approach as we created the dynamic dimension. So what we're gonna do is go create a new variable. Let's call it the dynamic measure this time. Dynamic measure, I've created here, and the definition, it would be net sales. Go, insert, apply, as always. So let's create it, go here, and now what we do, instead of having the net sales here, let's just call our V dynamic measure this time, which has the net sales as a value. See? Apply, go to the label, equal dynamic V dynamic measure between quotes, since we're working with the string as a label, apply, and here we go. We have a net size, it's good. So how to be able to switch? It would be the same exact approach. So let's reuse the existence. Instead of having to recreate it from the scratch, I'll just copy this and paste it. Choose your KPI. The measure would be the V dynamic measure, and instead of having these, let's just have net sales. Yeah, not here, but rather here. Net sales. Let's have the profit, and let's have the units sold. Apply. Will this work? Let's see together. So now I've chosen to work with country. What if I want to work with profit? Good, we have profit. And we have units sold. Wow. So the next step is, instead of having the information just country here, what if we had a dynamic title to guide and help the user know what informations and what insight is working with? So let's have a dynamic title. Sorry. Have it like this: units sold by country. So how to do it? Go here, we go to the general, add a title, and it would be the V dynamic measure between quotes, because it's string, concatenate by a V dynamic dimension between quotes units sold by country. Yeah, units sold by product, units sold by segment, net sales by segment, net sales by country, and here we have it. We have added a dynamic way to create a dynamic dimension. So now let's jump directly into creating the coloring and how to catch the United States of America's value, that is the max country by net sales, and Mexico, which is the lowest country by sales. So when we say the max and the mean, we could think about it as when we sort the table in an ascendant way, the first value would be the mean. The first sorted value in an ascendant way of the country by net sales for the country group by country would be Mexico. And if we have a descendant way of sorting things, the first sorted values are country by net sales group by country would be the United States of America, and that's exactly the function we'll be using to catch the value of the United States and of Mexico by using the function first sorted a value. So how to do it? Let's edit the sheet and start our testing. So to test, let's just go and add a KPI object and add a measure. So the function is the first sorted value, and what we want to sort is the country. And how do you want to sort it? We want to sort it by net sales, sum of net sales, group by, so aggregated by country. And that's it. So now we apply and we see the result. And the result is Mexico, because what we have done, like we've discussed about, we have sorted in an ascendant way the country by net sales, group by country, and the first sorted value in an ascendant way was Mexico. But if we want to catch the United States of America as the first sorted value, we just want to sort and group by in a descendant way. So what we do is we just copy this, we paste it, and to sort in a descendant way, we add the mean value, apply, and we have our United States of America. So this is a static way to do it. So what if I want to have it in a dynamic way? So when I choose to work with product, with profit, I can have the information very quickly. And that's why I love to work with variables, because now we have a dynamic dimension and we have a dynamic measure. So instead of having country and net sales, we'll just have our V dynamic dimension, instead of having to work with country, and have our V dynamic measure instead of working with the net sales. Go here, boom, and what we do, apply, we have Mexico, we have the United States, apply, and if instead of working with country we want to work with product, we will have the product. Cartera is the lowest, Paseo is the highest, first sorted by profit, I don't know, segment by unit sold, and you see this is always happening. So what we do, I think the lowest and the highest, the max and mean, these values will be reused in different charts and different ways and different coloring. So what we do, let me just create a variable where we catch these values. So what I will be doing, creating a new variable, and let me call it the mean dim by measure, the mean dimension by measure, and its definition would be this one. Apply and create. And same thing, we duplicate it, it would be the max. I always want to reuse the existing and have our minus to sort in a descending way and catch the first sorted value, which is the max and the top value. Done. So instead of having this small business created like this, let's just replace it with our v min dim measure. It's the same, see? And this will be replacing with the v max, and it gave back the same result. So we're good to go. See, we really are good to go. So now to color our bar chart, we'll be just reusing these new variables. So what we do is go to the bar chart, go under appearance, go to the colors, not auto, not a single, but color by expression. And our expression would be if our dynamic dimension is equal to the mean it would be red, else if it's equal to the max, I want it to be green. And we do it. We have the green and we have the red for Germany. I don't really like this green and this red, so what we could do is just click here, go, choose this green, copy it, and replace the green by this new green. I don't like the basic green, and do the same thing with choosing this red. Go and replace the red with the new red. Apply and go. And there we have it. We have Canada as the top, Germany as the lowest. We don't need these anymore. And if we want to focus on product, by net sales, we have the colors. So the next step, what I want to have is having the percentage of the paseo and the percentage of cartera in a pie chart. What does it represent? I am talking about this. So how to do it? Will I be recreating everything from the scratch or using the existing? I'll be using the existing, of course. So how to do? This is really something you need to work on. You never start from the scratch if you have the information. So to be able to create things in a quicker manner and in a good manner, once you have an information or once you have a chart, you can just reuse it to create another thing, to be quick and efficient. So how to do it? Let's just copy our bar chart, paste it, put it here, and go search for our pie chart, drag and drop, convert, and what I want to work on is just having the paseo. and having this information of 27%. So how to do it? You just go to the data, to your dimension, and include a fixed number limitation. Well, I'll be just focusing on the first two, including the others. Boom! We have already the color, we have paseo, and the others. We go under appearance, make it a donut, go to the styling, go to the chart, and having a better radius. Yeah, like this. I prefer it like this. And here we have it. And here what we go is, let's just change the title. And the title will be, we add the jeweler V max, jeweler V max, team by measure, boom, boom, yeah, and I don't know, 2 points, boom. So we have paseo, net sales. Apply. See, our net sales, paseo, whatever. So what we do now is we do the same thing. I want to have the mean, what criteria does it represent for the net sales. So I copy this, I paste it, and instead of having the max, let's just have the mean in the title. And go to the data, and instead of having the top two, let's have the bottom two. And here we go. You have the information, paseo net sales, cartel net sales, country, by unit sold. There we have it, Canada and Germany. See how easy it is? See, really. So, this is really a good thing. So now what I want to add is, let's just maybe add some temporal analysis to see what paseo and cartel, what's the max and the mean, are doing at the time compared to the others. So to do it, I will just need to recreate this, copy, paste it, and replace. So instead of having a bar chart, let's have a line chart. Go, convert to a line chart. And add, I don't know, our date maybe. Like this. And we're good to go. So let's just show the data point. I want to be continuous, but with labels only. And I don't want to show any mini chart, just none. And in the styling, let's just add it in a monotone way. And maybe, I don't know, you could do whatever you want to do. How you want to treat the missing, how you want to treat the grid lines, medium, no lines, etc. So there you have it. We have been able to create a line chart by date in a very dynamic way. So, and if you don't want to work with the date, we could work with, let's just do it. So let's see how to create a cyclic group of the dates to be able to switch between dates, quarter and month in a really quick manner. So how to do it? We go to the master dimension, items, go to the dimension, create a new cyclic and search for the first field. It would be the date. The second field would be the month. We could add quarter and apply. It's cyclic date. Create, close, and go here, drag and drop, replace the date, and go under appearance now. And in the x-axis I want to show the labels and the title to be able to switch between my different dimensions. And as you can see, we have now the possibility to change by month, by quarter, by date, and having everything in very quick manner. Hope you like it and hope you enjoyed and learned something on how to use the variables to make your dashboard and make your application very dynamic, and thus offer the user a near self BI impression by giving him the possibility to really focus on what's important in the quickest manner there is. Hope you like it. Bye bye.